Franz Wagner, the 8th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, has had a surprisingly good start to his NBA career comparative to many. As the 8th overall pick, he didn't come in with crazy high expectations. He looked like one of those guys in the draft that you kind of knew what you were getting. He was probably going to be a fine NBA player, but due to the lack of athleticism, he didn't project to be some guy who had a super high ceiling compared to some of the guys around him in the draft. When you look at guys like Scotty Barnes, Jalen Suggs, Jonathan Kuminga, guys that were taken just before him, they had much higher ceilings, at least projectively by many, compared to Franz Wagner. And although Franz Wagner, sure, hasn't just gained athleticism overnight, has looked better than many people have expected, and has started to show that he may have a little bit more upside than some people may have thought. So I want to talk about a little bit about Franz Wagner today, and I also want to talk about how we continue to seemingly be surprised by international prospects who don't quite have as much athleticism as some other prospects, but nonetheless are still very productive NBA players. Of course, the most comparable player for that is Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is not an amazing athlete by any stretch comparatively to an NBA level, but he is one of the best players in the league. That's just a fact. And Franz Wagner is not Luka Doncic levels right now, of course, nor do I think he ever will be. But there's nothing saying that Franz Wagner still couldn't be a decent NBA player that is at least an above average starter. Already this year, he's averaging a bit over 13 points per game, over 4 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. I think from what I've seen from him so far, he has the ability to continue to be actually a decent playmaker off of the dribble and to be able to set up his teammates a little bit more. A fine three-point shooter, specifically from the corner. His wing threes need to improve, no doubt about it. But from the corner, he's shooting very well over 40%, which is well above league average. He's not really a mid-range guy right now, and I think that's something he can look to integrate into his game moving forward. Again, you don't have to shoot a ton of mid-range jump shots, but having the ability to beat someone off the dribble when you are a good three-point shooter like Franz Wagner, and to be able to pull up from mid-range is valuable. This guy's taken less than 10 true mid-range shots this year that aren't threes or outside of the key. His shot breakdown is very much at the rim, a few around the edge of the paint closer to the free throw line, and then just a bunch of threes, which is fine. I mean, the analytics will support that and be all for it. But the development of a mid-range game for Franz Wagner is probably the next step forward for him from a scoring standpoint. But he has a lot of good tools. He has a good shot. He has a good three-point shot. He can finish at the rim efficiently enough, although he would definitely like to continue to improve from there. And the point being, Franz Wagner is a solid offensive piece. It looks like he's going to be a little bit of a distributor and a playmaker on the wing. He has decent size on the wing as well at 6'9", 225, so he has some decent length for you. He's never going to be some elite defender due to that lack of athleticism, but I'm sure he might be able to adjust over time to use that size and length to his benefit on the defensive end in right matchups to be fairly productive. And so ultimately, Franz Wagner might not be one of the higher ceiling guys of this draft. He might not project to be an all-star down the road, but he definitely has potential to be solid or even above average starter in the NBA if he can continue to increase his level of play, as I would expect he should, as he's only 23 games into his NBA career, and he's looking like one of the bright spots on this Orlando Magic team. That being said, that is my thoughts on Franz Wagner so far in his NBA career and what he could project to be moving forward. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.